Speed bench punch. So just have a look at the cases for our time value of money. Future value of single cash flow we covered, and also present value of single cash flow. Tell me, how do you calculate future value? With the help of future value interest factor. How do you get future value interest factor? 1 plus I whole power n. Now, you should not interpret I as interest rate per annum. You should go with the period of compounding. If period of compounding is annual compounding, then I is per annum only. If it is semi-annual compounding, I should be for what? 6 months period. How many times compounding will come? 2 times. So n is equal to 2. If it is quarterly, I should be for 1 quarter. I should be for 1 quarter, and number of periods will be 4, because 4 times compounding. Now quarterly compounding means. What about monthly compounding? I should be for 12 months. I mean monthly rate it should be. Interest rate should be monthly, and n is equal to 12. Do you remember? 12. Then daily compounding. If interest is daily compounded, then interest rate shall be per day interest. In our future value interest factor 1 plus I will be for daily, and whole power n is equal to how many times? 365 times. Correct? Yes. Next, continuous compounding, something which is not applicable in an intermediate, but final level we use this continuous compounding. We understood how to calculate for daily. Now, final level will be tested for continuous compounding also. We'll write that and then we'll move to special case. This is continuous compounding. If it is continuous compounding, continuous means what? For every second, every hour. So in this case, if you want to get future value of today's investment, today's value, this is equal to present value into in this case e power r t. So here there is a change. Normally we apply 1 plus I whole power n, that is replaced by e power rt. Later on when we cover other chapters like derivatives, I will tell you how to calculate this e power rt value. Here just remember the formula here. What r stands for here? Periodic rate of interest. Periodic rate of interest. And T stands for here the time period. T stands for time period. Right? Now, if you want to get present value of future value in case of continuous compounding, then present value. How do you get present value now? Future value divided by e power rt. In this manner you can write, or future value into e power minus rt. E power minus rt. In this manner also you can write. So applicable only for final this is. So in the question, they will give you E value. Generally, E value is 2.7814. Here, E value is 2.7814. E is equal to 2.7814. E value this is. We have table for continuous compounding also, like how we have tables for present value interest factor, future value interest factor. We have even tables for E value also. This is continuous compounding. So more about this we'll discuss in derivatives. Now we have a question on this in our material. See this question 3.1. If 5,000 rupees is invested at an annual rate of 9% per annum, compounded continuously. We have seen annual compounding, quarterly compounding, semi-annual, daily, monthly. But this is what? Continuous compounding. I told you that for stock market, futures, options, valuations, they will use continuous compounding only. Find the amount at the end of 6 years. Given e power 0.4 value is how much? 1.71601. I already told you what is the e value. 2.7814. I've given you calculator trick to calculate something x power a by b. How to calculate this? I've given the steps or not? Yes. What is that? Square root 12 times, then minus 1 divided by, a divided by into a divided by b plus 1 into equal to 12 times. If you apply, we can get this answer also 1.7160. Now tell me what is the today's present value? You are investing how much amount today? 5,000 rupees you are investing. Okay. And when they want you to calculate future value after 6 years, continuous compounding, no. So tell me what is the formula for this? Here as an example you can quote here. What is the present value? Present value is equal to 5,000 rupees. Okay. Interest rate compounded continuously. Compounded continuously is equal to 9%. 9% per annum. Find a future value. Find future value after 6 years. If e power 0.54 is equal to 1.71601. 1.71601. See why they have given e power 0.54. What is the formula with continuous compounding? Future value is equal to present value into e power RT. What is the present value? 5,000 into e power R means rate of interest. How much is that? 0.09 in decimals into what is the time period here? 6 years. Multiply now. 5,000 into e power point. So that is the reason he gave e power 0.54 value. So now easily you can substitute. E power 0.54 means 1.71601. So what is the future value? 9,000. Huh? 0.5. So just to make you know that in case of continuous compounding, How do you calculate future value? I've given this. Now I told you that E value is how much? 2.7814. If you put in E place 2.7814, we can also calculate this value with calculator. How? Say 2.7814 whole power of 0.54. 2.74 ki em cheyali? What we should do? Square root. How many times? Press 2.7814 on that square root 12 times. Minus 1. Then what? No, not divided by, into 0.54. Okay, into 0.54 plus 1 into equal to. How many times? 12 times. Check now. Are you getting 1.7071601? No. $77. 737. What? E value we have not taken fully. Because the digits unnai manaki. Full digits we have not taken. 2.78 after 14 we have taken. We have some more digits also. Okay. So almost 1.7 you got or not? Yes. Okay. Now next one. So in this chart now, time value of money, future value, present value. In this future value of single cash flow, present value of single cash flow, we finished. Now multiple cash flows out of that, even cash flows. We call it as what? Annuity. So let us cover now next one, that only now. What is that? Future value of annuity. First of all, let us write what is annuity here. Write the heading next one. Annuity. Annuity. What is the meaning of annuity here? Meaning of annuity. Whenever you receive an amount, receive or pay with an equal interval. With what? Equal interval. We call it as annuity. What is that? Whenever either we pay or receive equal amount or equal payment with an equal interval, then I can call it as what? Yes, annuity. Concept of annuity here, series of equal amount or at equal time interval. Equal amount, that is important. At what? Equal time interval is known as annuity. Now tell me, see here, T0, 1, 2, 3, T1, T2, T3. 5,000 rupees I am investing. At the end of every year, how much I am investing? 5,000 rupees. With same equal interval. 1 year is a time gap, no? Can I call this as annuity? దీన్ని మనం annuity అనొచ్చా? Yes. ఎందుకని? Equal amount, equal time interval also. 1 year, same time gap or not? Then we can call this as annuity. In this annuity also we have two types. Ordinary annuity, annuity due. What is the meaning of ordinary annuity? If cash flows are expected to happen at the end of the year, then we call it as what? Ordinary annuity. Series of equal amount due at the end of each period. See this example. In this 4 years is given. At the end of every year, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, equal amount is being invested here. So whenever an amount is expected to occur at the end of, starting from end of first year, and that too is a what? Equal amount with equal time interval, then I can call it as what? Ordinary annuity. Understood? Now the question is, how do I calculate the future value of this 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 after 4 years? అది మనకు కావాల్సింది ఇక్కడ. Whatever investment we are making, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. After 4 years, what is the future value of all these investments? For that, we should apply future value interest factor annuity. What we should apply? Future value interest factor annuity. Now, see here, concept I'll explain here. Later on, you can write notes. Now, in this case, how many years we are taking? 4 years. At the end of first year, at the end of second year, at the end of third year, and at the end of fourth year. So 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Now, I want what is the future value at the end of fourth year only. I want future value at the end of fourth year. So, tell me what is the formula for future value of single cash flow? If 5,000, if you invest this 5,000 at the end of first year, when it is occurring? End of first year. How many years you will invest? Because I want future value at the end of fourth year. No. Tell me. 5,000 into, let's assume I is equal to 8% per annum compounded annually. Now this first year 5,000 whatever you are investing, how many years you will invest? If I say that at the end of fourth year we require future value, how many years you will invest? 1, 2, 3. How many years? 3 years. So 1.08 whole power 3. First 5,000 future value. Next again plus second year also I am investing how much? 5,000. Now tell me this one for how many years you will invest? 2 years. 1, 2. 1.08 whole power 2. Next. This 5,000. 5,000 into how many years you will invest? 1 year. 1.08 whole power 1. What about the last 5,000 here? 5,000 into 1.08 whole power 0, because that is already at the end of fourth year or not? Yes. Now if you take 5,000 common here, 5,000 common, then 1.08 whole power 3 plus 1.08 whole power 2 plus 1.08 whole power 1 plus 1. Do you remember this shortcut calculation I gave you for calculator tricks? గుర్తుందా మీకు? ఎస్. ఇప్పుడు దీనికి మనకి దీన్ని ఏమంటామో తెలుసా? వాట్ వి కాల్ దిస్ as? Basically this is 1.08 whole power 0. This we call it as a future value interest factor annuity. A. At the rate 8% comma, how many periods here? 4 periods. That is how we represent. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో దీని వాల్యూ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి? ఐ విల్ గివ్ యూ నోట్స్. రాపిస్తా మీకు, అదంతా ఉంది నోట్స్ రాయడానికి. ముందు క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చూడండి. సో ఫ్యూచర్ వాల్యూ ఫోర్త్ ఇయర్ ఎండ్కి వాల్యూ ఎంత చెప్పండి? క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో ఒకేసారి ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి చెప్పండి? హౌ డు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ దిస్? హౌ డు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ దిస్ మా? ఆల్రెడీ వి ప్రాక్టీస్ దిస్ అర్లియర్. ఎలా చేయాలి? 1 ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఈక్వల్ టు తర్వాత 1.08 into 1.08 into equal to that's it GT. Then multiply plus 1 into what? 5,000. How much you are getting? This is the value you are supposed to get for this. ఇక్కడ 4 years తీసుకున్నాం మనం ఇక్కడ. Present value, that is future value. What we are doing is future value. Okay, first present value is presented there. We have future value below that. Future value of an annuity due. This is the figure. 22,530.56 you should get. How much you should get? 22,530.56. Ochinda? 22,530.56. ఓకే, ఇన్ షార్ట్ కట్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ వాల్యూ అనేది ఇప్పుడు చాలా ఇబ్బంది పడుతున్నారు కదా మీరు. FVIFA @ 8% కామా 4 periods ఏ టేబుల్ తో తీసుకురావచ్చు? అది దాని వాల్యూ ఎంత? దీని వాల్యూ ఎంత వచ్చింది మీకు క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో? ఏం చేయాలి దానికి? 1.08 ఇంటూ ఈక్వల్ టు GT plus 1 into 5,000. Not 5,000, just అక్కడ వరకు చెప్పండి నాకు. ఎంత వచ్చిందా? 5,000 into 4.506. 4.506 ఇది వస్తుందమ్మా మీకు? +1 యాడ్ చేశారా? ఇప్పుడు సింపుల్ కదమ్మా, చూడండి. 1.08 ఇక్కడ 1.08 into 1.08 ఇక్కడ 1.08 into 1.08 into 1.08. మీరు ఏం చేయాలి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో? 1.08 ఇంటూ ఈక్వల్ టు ఫస్ట్ టైం ఈక్వల్ టు చేసినప్పుడు ఎంత అవుతుంది మనకు? అది ఆల్రెడీ ఇంటూ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈక్వల్ టు కొడితే 2 times అయిపోయిందా? మళ్ళీ ఇది ఈక్వల్ టు కొడితే 3 times అయిపోయింది. అంటే ఆ 3 ఈక్వల్స్ ని మనం ఏం చేయాలి? యాడ్ చేయాలి. GT ఫంక్షన్. GT దెన్ ప్లస్ వాట్? 1 ఎంత వచ్చింది చెప్పండి? 4.506. ఇదే చేయండి అమ్మా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నాను అదే చేయండి. 1.08 ఏసీ కొట్టండి ఫస్ట్, ఆల్ క్లియర్. 1.08 ఇంటూ ఈక్వల్ టు GT ప్లస్ 1 ఎంత వచ్చిందమ్మా? 1. ఓకే, బ్రేకప్. ఓకే, రైట్. 1 plus 0.08. 1.08 అంటే how we get in calculator? 1 plus 0.08 then is equal to, ఇది కొట్టాలి లేకపోతే మీ దాంట్లో 1 plus 0.08 is equal to into equal to GT plus 1 కొట్టండి మీరు కూడా. మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే అమ్మా, లాజిక్ అర్థం చేసుకోవాలంటే ముందు 1.08 క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో ఎలా వస్తుంది ఫస్ట్ 1 + 0.08 ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టామనుకోండి, అప్పుడు క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో ఏముంటుంది మనకి ఫస్ట్ ఒక 1.08 ఉంటుంది. ఇది చేయగానే ఇక్కడ వరకు ఏమొస్తుంది తెలుసా, క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో 1.08 ఉంటుంది ఈక్వల్ టు, దాని తర్వాత ఇంటూ ఈక్వల్ టు కొడితే అప్పుడు ఏమైందో తెలుసా 1.08 ఇంటూ 1.08 అయింది ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టగానే. ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టగానే ఏమైంది తెలుసా 1.08 ఆల్రెడీ ఇంటూ 1.08 ఇంటూ 1.08 అయింది. దాని తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తున్నా, ఈ అన్ని ఈక్వల్ టుకి ఏం కొట్టాం, జీటీ గ్రాండెడ్లు కొట్టినాం బాబు, 3 సమ్ వచ్చేసింది. దానికి మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం +1 కొడుతున్నాం, అప్పుడు మీకు 4.506 వచ్చిందా బాబు? సో మైండ్ తో ఆలోచించండి, తర్వాత మీరు క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేయండి, అంతేగాని బ్లైండ్ గా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేయొద్దు కదా మనం. ఇది మనం ప్రాసెస్ ఆలోచించి దాని తర్వాత మనం ఏం చేయాలి, స్టెప్స్ చేయాలి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లు, రైట్. ఒకవేళ ఇది యాన్యుటీ డ్యూ అయితే, వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాన్యుటీ డ్యూ? యాన్యుటీ డ్యూ అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, జస్ట్ 1 year ముందుకెళ్తాయి అంతే. ఇది ఇక్కడ, ఇది ఇక్కడ, ఇది ఇక్కడ, ఇది ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేంజ్ అవుతాయా లేవా? ఎస్. సో వన్ ఈస్ యాన్యుటీ, ఆర్డినరీ యాన్యుటీ, ఇంకోటి యాన్యుటీ డ్యూ. మనకి ఇఫ్ నథింగ్ ఈస్ గివెన్ ఇన్ ద క్వశ్చన్ in our chapters, whether cash flow is occurring at the end of the period or beginning of the period, we should assume that it is occurring at the end of the period, ordinary annuity. ఏమి ఇవ్వకపోతే బిగినింగ్ అయితే ఎస్, స్పెసిఫికల్లీ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ బిగినింగ్ ఓన్లీ we should consider. Understood? So write notes now. Series of equal amount at equal time interval is known as annuity. Series of equal amount at equal time interval హలో బ్రదర్, డైరెక్ట్ ఇంటికి వెళ్ళండి, నేను పట్టుకున్నాను మేడం ఉంటారు. ఓకే. ఆ వాటర్ ప్యూరిఫైర్ అయిన వస్తున్నాడు ఎక్కడికి? ఓకే, వెయిట్ చేయమంటే ఒక 10 minutes వస్తుంది. ఓకే, చేస్తాడు కూడా లోపల, నువ్వు వెళ్ళేసి రా చేస్తాడు, కానీ కింద సీలు పైకి వెళ్ళిపోతాడు. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఆర్డినరీయా లేకపోతే డ్యూనా? అది వాట్ ఈస్ ద అదర్ నేమ్? దీనికి ఇంకో పేరు కూడా ఉంది. ఫర్ దిస్ వన్ గుర్తుందమ్మా మీకు? ఆర్డినరీ యాన్యుటీకి ఇంకో పేరు ఏంటి? యాన్యుటీ రెగ్యులర్. యాన్యుటీ రెగ్యులర్. రెగ్యులర్ అంటే ఏంటి? జనరల్ గా తీసుకునేది ఇదే అని మీనింగ్. నెక్స్ట్ యాన్యుటీ డ్యూ. Annuity due. Annuity due. Amount due at the beginning of each period. Amount due at the beginning of each period. So if nothing is stated in the question, always we should assume that it is ordinary annuity. If question is silent. Unless otherwise stated, assume ordinary annuity. If question is silent. First, let's start with present value of an annuity, ordinary. Hello? Hello? Present value of annuity means earlier we have done future value of annuity. Now what we are going to do? Reverse. We have to get say 5,000 rupees at the end of first year, second year, third year and fourth year. Today what is the value of all those future values? Okay. See here, I have to receive a X value at the end of first year, second year, third year and nth period. Now, I want to know what is the present value of all those values, future values. That means each value I need to discount to today's value or not. X I have to discount. Second X also I have to discount. Third period X also I have to discount. And even fourth period also I need to discount. So for that, each one I need to apply the present value factor, interest factor formula or not. If you want to get the present value of say first period ending value, future value, if I want to get present value of that, what is the formula? What you will do? You will divide or you will multiply to get the present value. Divide. X divided by 1 plus I whole power 1, because that is the first period or not. Second one, X divided by 1 plus I whole power 2. Same for third year. X divided by 1 plus I whole power 3 plus so on up to nth period. Whatever is a period given. Limited period or unlimited? Limited only. X divided by 1 plus I whole power n. Now, if they have given in the question I value and n value, then we can get the present value of this annuity, present value of ordinary annuity. How? Say for example, now X is equal to 5,000, I is equal to 8% compounded annually. Then we need to do this only. N is equal to 4. For 4 periods, at the end of each period, 5,000 I have to receive. So this is what we should do. దీనికి ఎలా చేయాలి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో 5,000 on 5,000 divided by 1.08. Now 5,000 is same only, no? Equal to GT. Yes or no? అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు లాజికల్ గా ఏం జరగాలి చెప్పండి. ఫస్ట్ ఏం జరగాలి ఆలోచించండి. 5,000 డివైడెడ్ బై 1.08 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టామనుకోండి, అంటే ఈ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. అయిపోయిందా? ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ మెమరీలో మనం ఏం చేసాం, డివైడెడ్ బై 1. ఆ మెమరీ ఉంటుందా లేదా క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో? డివైడెడ్ బై 5,000 డివైడెడ్ బై మెమరీలో ఉంటుందా లేదా? ఇప్పుడు నేను మళ్ళీ ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టాను అనుకోండి, ఏమవుతుంది? మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ కి అవుతుందా లేదా? సెకండ్ ఇయర్ అయిపోయింది. మళ్ళీ ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టాను అనుకోండి, ఏమవుతుంది? థర్డ్ ఇయర్ కి అయిపోతుంది. మళ్ళీ ఈక్వల్ టు కొడితే మళ్ళీ 5,000 డివైడ్ బై ఫోర్త్ ఇయర్ కూడా అయిపోయిందా లేదా? వాటన్నిటిని సమ్ చేస్తే మనకి ఏమొస్తుంది? జీటీ టోటల్. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? చెక్ చేయండి ఇప్పుడు క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో వస్తుందా లేదో. 5,000 డివైడెడ్ బై 1.08 ఎన్నిసార్లు ఈక్వల్ టు కొట్టాలి? 4 times ఈక్వల్ టు జీటీ కొట్టేసేయండి, వచ్చేస్తుంది ఆన్సర్. అంతేనా? సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ యూ షుడ్ గెట్. దట్ ఈస్ ప్రెసెంట్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఆర్డినరీ యాన్యుటీ ఆర్ నాట్? ఎస్. ఇప్పుడు మనకి క్వశ్చన్ లో ఒకవేళ డైరెక్ట్లీ హౌ డు వి రిప్రజెంట్ దిస్? వీటన్నిటిని మనం కామన్ తీసుకుంటే 5,000 కామన్ తెస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? 1 divided by 1.08 whole power 1, 1 divided by 1.08 whole power 2, whole power 3, whole power 4. దాన్ని మనం ఏమనొచ్చు? వాట్ వీ కెన్ కాల్ దట్ యాజ్ PVIFA. PVIFA 8% comma how many years? 4 years. We can draw that from table also or not? దాన్ని మన టేబుల్ నుంచి అయినా తీసుకురావచ్చు, లేకపోతే మీ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ దాన్ని ఎలా తీసుకురావచ్చు? యాన్యుటీ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఎలా కనుక్కోవచ్చు క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ లో? 1 divided by, do it, 1 divided by 1.08 equal to 4 times. Equal to 4 times you press. Then press grand total. 3 point into 5,000. Into 5,000. In this manner also we can get or not? మీకు ఏదైతే వచ్చిందో 3 point, yes, దాన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం? వాట్ వి కాల్ దట్ యాజ్ ప్రెసెంట్ వాల్యూ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ యాన్యుటీ. అది మనం టేబుల్ నుంచి కూడా తీసుకురావచ్చు. ఎక్కడి నుంచి? ఈవెన్ వీ కెన్ డ్రా దట్ వాల్యూ ఫ్రమ్ టేబుల్. టేబుల్లో ఏం చూడాలి మనం? ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ ఏది చూడాలి? 8% చూడాలి. 8%. దెన్ పీరియడ్ వాట్ వి షుడ్ చెక్? 4 periods. 4 period ki correspondingly what is the value from table. In examination if he gives, generally he will give. How does he give? PVIFA 8% comma 4 is equal to, he will give 3 point something. అప్పుడు మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా ఏం చేసి చెప్పండి? ఇవన్నీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందా? లేదు. డైరెక్ట్లీ 5,000 into that given value we multiply. There is the matter. 99.99% is going to give it in the exam. Why we are learning this? In case if he doesn't give, we should only calculate or not? Yes. 99.999% is going to give. But we are trying to understand the logic of that. Okay. So write this now. First one, present value of an ordinary annuity. Present value of an ordinary annuity. Notes quickly, you try to write more. Everyone. The explanation, whatever I have given, that is, I have taken common here 5,000. Just now I told you that 5,000 if you take common, ఇలా వస్తుందా మనకి? ఈ మొత్తాన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం? ఇలా రాయొచ్చా? ఇండివిజువల్ దాన్ని. దీన్ని ఏమన్నా చెప్పండి ఇండివిజువల్ గా అయితే? Present value interest factor 8% comma 1 period. This one PVIF 8% comma 2. వీటన్నిటిని కలిపితే ఏమొస్తుంది? సమ్ ఆఫ్ పీవీఎఫ్. ఆ సమ్ ఆఫ్ పీవీఎఫ్ ఏమంటాం మనం? PVIFA. The sum of PV we call it as annuity. We can find this value in టేబుల్. హౌ మచ్ వి గెట్ 3.312. ఇస్తే మంచిదే, ఇవ్వకపోతే మనం చేయాలి. అర్థమైందా? సో సార్ మరి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ యూజ్ చేయాలా లేకపోతే అది యూజ్ చేయాలంటే డిపెండ్స్. ఇఫ్ గివ్ వాల్యూ ఇస్ నాట్ గివెన్ ఇన్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దెన్ యూజ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటర్. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయొచ్చు మనం? ఇది వాడాలి. న్యాచురల్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ అని చేయాలి కదా మనము. క్వశ్చన్ లో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ గివ్ పీవీఐఎఫ్ఏ 8% కామా 4 ఇవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి, మనం ఏం చేయాలి? ఇవన్నీ చేయాలా? ఆల్ దట్ వి షుడ్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఆర్ నాట్? ఎస్. బట్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ గివ్స్ డైరెక్ట్లీ పీవీఐఎఫ్ఏ, directly you can apply this formula, annuity amount into PVIFA, whatever value he has given, you can multiply or not? Yes, that is what given here. Now you can write. Majority of the time in capital budgeting, we use present value only. Discounting. Very less time we calculate future value. Always we calculate what? Present value only. Either single cash flow or multiple cash flows. Knowing is one thing, doing is other thing. Practical question, if you do know, real practical questions, that is different. Here, we are assuming that every year rate of interest is same. But rate can change or not. In that case, how to do it? That case also I've covered here. Yes. So here in this step, what we have done, 5,000 we have taken common. Done, ma? So when we should use calculator? If PVIFA is not given, we should use calculator. If it is given directly, you can multiply those values. Summary not required. Up to here you complete it. Okay, we'll do a problem now. See the first question, question number 1A. In reality, where we can use this present value of an annuity, ordinary annuity, especially installments. Installment case, equal installment case, we can apply which one? Present value of annuity only. అంటే మనం ఒక ఇన్స్టాల్మెంట్ ఏదైనా కొనుక్కున్నాం అనుకోండి, ఈక్వల్ ఇన్స్టాల్మెంట్ పే చేయాలనుకోండి, వాట్ వీ షుడ్ అప్లై? యూ హెవ్ టేకెన్ ఎ కార్ లోన్. Okay, 5 years is the loan period, and you want to pay every year installment or monthly installment you would like to pay. Equal amount you would like to pay. That means, can I call that as annuity? Chepandi. Annuity anocha danni. Every month equal amount of installment. Can I call it as annuity now? If that installment is paid at the end of each month, then it will become ordinary annuity. Yes or no? How many installments? Tell me, monthly installments. If 5 years is the tenure of the loan, how many installments? 60 installments. All are of equal time gap, same amount. Can I call it as annuity? Yes. Now in this question, see. So there I should apply present value. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఏం తెలుసు చెప్పండి? లోన్ తీసుకుంటే, if I take loan, I know today's loan. Present value I know. What I know? Present value of all those I know. What I don't know? Annuity I don't know. What is the installment I don't know. Okay, visualize. If I discount all the installments, how they will plan the installment, you know? How they plan this installment is, if I discount all the 60 installments, that should be equal to today's loan amount. Whatever is your loan amount, that should be equal. ఎందుకంటే today's, tomorrow, what is the difference? Present value, future value, what is the difference? Time value. Time value is nothing but what? Interest. నేను ఈ రోజు పే చేయను, రేపు పే చేస్తానంటే ఏమంటుంది బ్యాంక్? ఇంట్రెస్ట్ పే చేయమంటుంది అంతే. The difference between present value and future value is what? Interest. Nothing but time value of money. Here, Y bought a TV costing how much? 13,000 rupees. By making a down payment of how much? 3,000. That means what is the loan amount? Agreeing to make equal annual payment for 4 years. Equal only he is willing to pay what? Equal annual. Installment he would like to pay what? Annual. For 4 years. How much would be each payment? Installment payment, that is. If the interest on unpaid amount be 14% per annum compounded annually. Okay, tell me first question. What is my down payment? 3,000 is the down payment. అంటే కొన్నాగానే మనం క్యాష్ ఎంత ఇచ్చేస్తున్నాం? 3,000 we are paying. So how much is the loan amount? Loan amount 10,000 rupees. 10,000. That 10,000 is only today's present value or not? So what is the installment amount? I should find out now. What is the installment amount? Yes or no? See here. Cost is, how much is cost? 13,000 less down payment. How much is down payment? 3,000. What is the loan amount? Loan amount is equal to 10,000. Now, present value of ordinary annuity is equal to annuity into PVIFA at the rate. What is the rate of interest given? 14, comma, how many periods? 14% compounded annually. Yeah? So, how many periods? 4. In this, what do you know? What is the present value? You know? Yes, how much it is? So, annuity is nothing but your installment, annual installment. This you have to find out now. Yes or no? Can you find out that easily in your calculator? How? 1 divided by 1.14 equal to 4 times, then press grand total. Yes or no? How much you are getting? How much, ma'am? 9137. Therefore, annual installment is equal to 10,000 divided by 2.9137. 3,432 rupees you have to pay what? Installment. That is a question requirement. How much would be each payment, installment amount that is? Understood? Yes. Write as question number 1A for you. Question number 1A. This one. Numbering got changed here. This is the, change it as 1A. Write this. మీ మెటీరియల్ ఏదన్నా అది క్వశ్చన్ టైం వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ మనీ టీవీ క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది కదా Completed, ma? Yes. Now, see this second question. Or see this 1.1. Mr. Praveen requires a monthly payment of 1,000 rupees for 5 years. Okay. How much he want every month? 1,000 rupees. For how many years? 5 years. From a mutual fund. Mutual fund is an investment. From that investment, how much is the inflow you are expecting? Monthly 1,000. That has a track record of paying 9% per annum. That mutual fund, historically, it has been paying a 9% return, it is giving constantly. So, మనం కూడా ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు whenever you are investing in a mutual fund, you definitely do some analysis or not. Clearly, they will give you the last 3 years return, last 5 years returns, like that they will give. So, you'll compare all those mutual funds and you will decide generally. So, this mutual fund is giving how much return historically? 9%. What should be his investment today to get this amount? Okay. Tell me, is it monthly receipt? For how many years? 5 years. Equal amount? Equal interval? Every month or not? What is the interval? Every month. How much you should receive? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Your interest rate should be for what? 1 month or not? Your interest rate should be for 1 month. Whole power n should be for how many periods? 60 periods. How many periods? 60 periods. అంతేనా? ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏం తెలియదు చెప్పండి. వాట్ వీ డోంట్ నో హియర్? What we know, what we don't know. We know annuity. We know annuity, but we don't know present value of ordinary annuity. We don't know present value of ordinary annuity, but we know the annuity amount every month, how much you want to receive, you know or not? Yes. So is equal to 1,000 into 1,000 into or divided by. See, every PVIFA, what is the formula for present value of ordinary annuity? PVIFA, comma, what is the rate of interest I should consider now? Per month I should consider 9% divided by 12. 9% divided by 12. 0.75% kada? Yes. Divided by 100 కొట్టండి. 0.075. 0.0075. అంతే. Comma, how many periods now? 60 periods. మనకి క్వశ్చన్లు అయితే ఇవ్వలేదు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ. జనరల్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామ్ విల్ గివ్. నౌ టెల్ మీ హౌ టు గెట్ దిస్. క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో 1 divided by 1.0075 whole power 60 times you should press equal to and then press grand total. 60 times. 60 times you should press equal to and then press what? GT. కొట్టండి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్లో. Sixty times 1 divided by 1.0075 press equal to how much you got, ma? 48.17. So 1,000 into 48.1737. If you multiply, how much you are getting? How much you should invest today? Yes, that is the amount you have to invest. Understood? Present the answer 1.1. This is. These are our homework questions. We have two types of questions in our material: classroom discussion questions and homework questions. You'll have answers also for homework questions. monthly income to be received is equal to 1,000 rupees. Period of investment 5 years. Interest rate per annum. Now this should be compounded monthly, 9% per annum. N is equal to periods of number of periods of compounding monthly. This is 5 into 12, every year 12 times. So 60 periods. 60 periods. Interest rate per month 0.09 divided by 12, 0.0075. Calculation of amount to be invested today. T1, T2, T3, so on up to T60. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, so on. 1,000. So what rate if you discount present value? Question mark. This is what you have to find out. So present value of ordinary annuity. If nothing is given, we assume that it is end of the period only. Is equal to annuity into PVIFA comma 0.0075 comma 60 periods. This is equal to 1,000 into value of this is 48 pointer, 47 pointer. 173. 48,173 rupees we should invest. Right, ma? So today we covered annuity, future value of ordinary annuity and present value of ordinary annuity. For present value, we have done problems. Future value of ordinary annuity also we should do. In that variation is, final level variation is, every year interest is remaining what? Same. But if interest changes, then future value how to calculate? Present value also how to calculate? That is what we should learn. At final level, that is more important. Okay, in our next class, we'll do that. Probably 3 to 4 sir might take tax class. They informed, huh? Okay.